And we're recording on Friday, December 12th, 2025 at 9:51 a.m. Eastern Time with Mr. Wyatt, Defense Politics Asia. And yeah, we're gonna do a 5 minute show. I went on a
Yeah.
podcast like that. Like everybody go into the script. I don't need a plug. Wyatt shit's like 1,000 times bigger than mine. You know who he is. You probably don't know who I am. But like go into the description, go follow him. I went on a show like that like 3 or 4 years ago where I thought I was going on for like a podcast where we just the shit for an hour. I was maybe 6 minutes in, and they were like, "Well, hey, it was an honor to have you in here." And I was like, "Wait, what?" And it ended. I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, cleared.
What?
I cleared like a 2 hour block for my day, and it was just like soundbite dog shit. And yeah, that doesn't really work.
Yeah, that's basically how news media work, right? When you watch like those news media, they invite expert on, and then they only have like 5 minutes to explain a super complicated point, and then nobody get the hell what they're talking about. And then just when it got interesting, thank you for for your time. Our time is running out. We need to go on into the commercial break. And then it's like then this guy will eventually go to Joe Rogan and talk for 3 hours.
Yeah, yeah,
And then
yeah,
he's
yeah,
like, what?
yeah. Yeah, they always
And
ask
then
about.
he's like, you not even have enough after that 3 hours. Like, I still want to listen to more.
Yeah, yeah. No,
So
that
that's
that.
why probably no traditional media is dying, right? No.
Yeah, you can't because it's dog shit. It's very clear that that's all they want is just those sound bites. I was gonna say completely unrelated. So like a month ago, I was like pretty sick and like wasn't sleeping well. So I decided to not sleep in my bed and have a big couch with a huge ass TV. And I like fell asleep there and I was like, I want to just turn on something to kind of doze off to. And I never used YouTube on my TV, so I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to fucking control it because I'm a boomer. And so I just clicked on the first thing and it was you. It was defense politics. And yeah, man, I had like a fever. I was like, when you're sick and you fall asleep, it's not even really that good. You're like t tossing and turning and sweating. It was that. And then in my dream, it was just the audio of you talking about like drone attacks. It was the weirdest fucking dream for like
Mhm.
an hour and a half. So I don't know if I owe you a thank you or what, but it was a very odd dream. I just want to let you know that I had a fever dream that you were narrating.
It's a sign. It's a sign. It's a
Yeah.
sign that we haven't spoke for a long time.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
speaking
it's like
right.
it's time to invite Wyatt on.
Yeah, that's the subcon. No, I think I woke up because like the one phrase I've heard is like the super duper uber offensive, and I woke up and I was like, the fuck is that? And I was like, there's sweat all over the couch, and I was like, like the sun's rising, and it's just you like zooming in on the
Uh,
map, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? But I mean, so I saw somebody tweet yesterday, and it did make me think of you, and it was they called it Schrodinger's Russia. It is both crumbling and on the verge of implosion, and at the same time, it's about to take over all of Europe. Is that kind of
yes.
just the general? It's like, fuck them. We got to send them more weapons. We're about to kill them. And then the inverse is like, but we also have to gin up fear. And they're the biggest army that's ever been assembled, and they're marching on Poland tomorrow.
Yeah. So which is the truth? We actually have this situation for like years now, from the beginning of the Ukraine war. Like, everything is a contradiction. Everything is an oxymoron when it comes to like Europe. Like they say that no, Ukraine is strong, but then at the same time they need more equipment. It's like they are defending against the missile strikes, but they need the F-16s. And then it's like, oh, they're killing like 1 million Russian soldiers. And then like they are also getting forced by Trump to to sign the surrender document. So it's and like what you say, the Russia is so weak that one Ukrainian soldier can kill 10 Russian soldiers, and at the same time, they are going to conquer Europe. If no, we don't. If the Europeans do not stop them in Ukraine, like what the hell, man? They're like, what the fuck he's talking about?
Well,
So, and I think the when you face this kind of situation, I think the worst is always true. That's probably it. I think this is very similar to the woke America as well. When you look at the Democratic Party or the woke culture, they have the same problem where they just have a lot of contradicting points. And when you have such an inconsistent position, it looks like, yeah, this probably the worst must be correct, the worst situations.
That's actually that's yeah, right. It's you don't need to own a firearm. You can't possibly overthrow the government. They have tanks, but also January 6th, they almost seized the government with no firearms, right? It's that kind of
With an old lady walking around taking photos.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that goes the American Republic. It's like so fragile.
Yeah, yeah, and it's that same, which I get. It's not. I don't condone it, but I understand it from the point of like a soulless psychopath who just wants power. Yeah, sure, you're gonna lie about whatever. You don't care. The same kind of implies something like that. When you say so, the worst is true, but how does that apply to this? So if the worst is true, because there are two sides to this, what do you mean? The worst is true that Russia's about to walk over all of Europe, or the worst is true in that Russia is galvanized. They are growing their industrial base as a result of this. When you say the worst is true, how does that necessarily apply to this? Not that you have the answer, but whatever.
So for example, so basically you got it right. Like the worst is from the European point of view is the worst is that Ukraine is losing the war. Ukraine is weak. Europe is weak. Russia is strong. Russia is winning the war, and Russia may conquer the rest of Europe, and Europe is too weak to stop them. All the worst is true.
Hmm.
And this is I don't know, this kind of contradiction is what pisses me off because well, nothing pisses me off more than hypocrisy.
Yeah.
And we often have this like, and this seems to be like a norm now. Like we saw this also with the Israeli Hamas conflict, with the Palestinian Israeli issue. You have like insane, like in fact both sides on that conflict is the same. Like yeah, they both have this double talk. Now India and not India, Thailand and Cambodia is now in conflict, and you start to see the same thing as well. Both sides have double talk as well. Like what is real? Like Thailand, um, Thailand claimed that the Cambodians are laying mines into Thai territory, and then they cannot take it anymore, so they launch an attack to stop this encroachment into their territory. Then they invaded into Cambodia, and then they destroyed the world, one of the World Heritage site, one of the temples. Like, how is that sensible? But then the victim, the one that is getting invaded, um, is launching multiple launch the Grad rockets, into civilian areas, and then they are doing information warfare. Like some of them are so ridiculous. Like they put a World War II a Stuka dive bomber, and then they put footage, pictures of destroyed, explosions and whatnot. And they say, you see, Thailand is bombing civilian buildings. So it's like, what the fuck? It's like you are the victim. You don't have to make shit up. You are the victim. The Ukraine did the same thing as well. In the first week of war, Ukraine immediately went into information warfare. They say that oh no, because there's this island in the south of Ukraine in the Black Sea, and then it was very famous. This the lighthouse or the troops on the island, told the Russian fleet to fuck off.
Oh yeah,
And
Snake
then
Island. Yeah, Russia, fuck off.
yeah, then Zelensky, came out to tell the whole world that everybody have died.
I don't need a
They
ride.
all
I need
have martyred.
ammunition. Yeah.
Yeah, we everyone on the island have martyred. Then they are the heroes in our heart. This is a proof of Russian brutality and their orcs. And then the Russians return all of them, all of the
Yeah.
people on the Snake Island, perfectly safe and sound to the Ukrainians.
Yeah. The
And
ghost.
Zelensky
Yeah.
awarded them hero medals for
Yeah.
saying fuck you.
And the
But
ghost
they
of
didn't put
Kiev.
up a fight. They didn't
Yeah.
do anything. They didn't fight at all. They just surrender. And then, hero medal. Wow, this is the world's easiest hero medal to get. No.
The, kind of a different way to look at it is, yeah, no, it is all horseshit. Yeah, I remember it was everywhere because they had that quote of Zelensky standing there in the body armor with no dirt on it, no nothing.
But again, it's the same thing. They are the victims. You are getting invaded. Why are you making
Why
shit up?
even?
You
Why
are.
even? Yeah, you're really fumbling it. Like dude, you're already don't ruin this. Like you already have people's sympathy. It does kind of make you think though. if they're doing this so boldly, right? Let's just in 2022, almost 4 years ago, if they're doing it so boldly in a time where it's like this isn't like I don't know, like '06, where like the iPhone is relatively new. Like we're like
Mhm.
20 years to cell phones and to social media. If they're doing this with the full invention and all and already maturity of Reddit, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and they're still doing it that boldly, when it can be found out like that, it does kind of make you wonder how much of history is horseshit when you
Yeah,
can get away with it.
exactly.
When there is only, not even like 2000 years ago, like just go like 150 years ago, go to World War One. How how sure are we when the only evidence is like the surviving guy wrote a book on it and like that's all we know? Obviously bigger things like Battle of Verdun
This
or
this is why, of all of history, regardless which culture you're looking at, the ancient heroes are heroes. We all romanticize the battles, the
yeah,
heroes and the things that
it's
they
probably
do.
all a
And in
lie.
fact
It's
that
probably all horseshit.
and and that and this romanticization of war and glory and heroes goes up to even World War One. And that's where you get the this horror, where the civilians have this massive cognitive dissonance, because in the papers they read about all these heroes going to war, and then but then you see all these people that came back, they are poisoned, because there's poison gas, right? They use poison gas, and then they have lose their limbs, they have severe PTSD. Like their PTSD is worse than anything in history. Like not, I
Yeah, yeah.
think since World War One, I don't even think there's any PTSD is as bad as the World War One
No,
PTSD,
the
because
the shell shock
you
destroyed
literally
them.
just sitting there and yeah, every day you just getting shelled by hundreds of shells, and the shells are massive. Have you seen World War One artillery? They're
Oh yeah.
insanely huge. They're
Have you ever
they're
listened
bigger
to
than World War Two ones.
have you ever listened to sorry to interrupt, the Blueprints for Armageddon by Dan Carlin?
No, I'm very noob.
It's there's
I'm
it
very
it's this guy that
underreading.
it's no, 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 it's a 6 part podcast, 4 hours each part, that I listened to like 5 years ago. Still better than any book
Mhm.
I've ever read about World War One. Sorry, but yeah, no, no, no. The art, because there was really no significant air power. It was, yeah, just millions of shells.
Yeah, and World War One was like the at the apex of what artillery is. Like the artillery is just massive.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, we can't get them, so we just make the artillery bigger. That's their theory, because there's no idea of innovation. So it's just, yeah, bigger is better, just bigger is better.
yeah.
No,
The
machine guns, don't worry, we make the artillery bigger.
Yeah. No, I
That's
think the Paris gun, I think the Paris gun still holds the record for, I mean, there was the Schwerer Gustav in World War II, but I think that was the biggest shell. In terms of longest distance, it was the Paris gun where they were shelling Paris from 81 miles. 81
insane.
miles. That's
That's longer range than some missiles today.
that's like,
Some
I mean
tactical missiles
The
today.
F-22's got those air to airs that go like 26 miles. This one
Yeah,
like three
yeah, yeah.
times farther, which is fucking insane. Um, yeah, no, that PTSD is that romanticization is kind of how you get people but I mean, maybe on a more like metaphysical level, just kind of even, farther out, is it, do we need that regardless if it's horseshit or not? Do we kind of, as humans, do we want those archetypes? And is it even bad to romanticize, the traits of courage and selflessness? It doesn't matter, whether or not it's real or if it's a movie. Does it really matter? No, you could say yes, it does matter because it leads people to war where they die senselessly. Sure, but
Hmm.
in general, like, I don't want to know that Michael Jordan was an asshole to his teammates.
Don't worry, we can say Michael Jackson is the
Or
same.
Michael Jackson. I don't want to know Tom Brady's not a good husband. I just kind of want to look at
Yeah,
that and be like, he's a winner. It's
yeah,
Do we
yeah,
kind of need that as humans? Again, not that you have I'm asking Wyatt these questions like he's the Buddha at the top
yeah.
of the mountain. I'm like,
We
I'm like, tell me
Reminds
why
me of
so.
all those remind me of all those actors that acted in the Marvel universe. You know, the Iron Mans and the Hawks. And then after that, then they start to go to social media and teach us about politics.
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, no, no, please stay in
You're
your role
destroying the
as the
archetype.
superhero.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
after that, I cannot watch things that normally, like for example, Star Wars, right? Um, Luke Skywalker, no, the Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill as a Star Wars character is awesome, but fuck, his politics is
He's a
horrible.
total faggot. Yeah. No, it's awful.
Yeah, that because of his politics in real life, I
It
can't
destroys
watch
the
him in the movies like I cannot get immersed because once I see him, drink that freaking blue milk and throw away the lightsaber, yeah, you're freaking Democrat, man. That's exactly what you are.
yeah. No,
It's
it's
like, yeah, you play the role right now, no?
yeah.
You're no
No,
longer the Republican that I know, no, the hero that people needs to look up to. You just fucking destroy, your own country. You want, illegal immigrants to come to your country, and then what is this? This lightsaber represents what? Constitution? Fuck it, man. Fuck it. Let's drink the blue milk, which is like, whatever poison, fentanyl
drink the
invested,
Kool-Aid.
drink. Yeah, yeah. It's like, no, I'm not sure. I think we are living in this very insane time. Like, some people describe it as like, no, the matrix is glitching, and then like you're getting way more weird shit than usual. Like you're not supposed to have this many weird shit. You should have it like, like a randomized event of like, once every, maybe once or twice every year. Now we get like one or twice every day.
It's yeah,
Like,
and I thought about this a lot going back to like 2016. This is when I first thought about it was 2016. And it makes me think of the book The Singularity is Near by Ray Kurzweil, where it's just all about the logarithmic advance of technology. And he wrote it in like 2000 about, how you hit the singularity and blah, blah, blah. And how all of human history, it's, 500 years ago, your dad grew up in the same world you did. Your great grandpa grew up in the same world you did. You guys had the same job. In the 1900s, it's, born in 19, my great grandma born in 1902, my grandma born in 1928, my parents born in 1958. It changes a little faster. And then now it's like every year is unrecognizable. I wonder if it's as technology,
yeah,
because if you're to overlap the two, the exponential increase in technology seems to kind of overlap with the exponential weirdness. So it's almost like technology
it's,
is
it's like a Fibonacci curve, right?
yeah, no, but it's almost like
So
technology
we have
is
this
the
increase in speed in like the Fibonacci curve.
yeah, yeah, but so what I was thinking is like it's almost like the technology is the boat going really fast, and then the culture is the wake coming after it. And so as it starts to do weird circles, the wake starts to do weird circles. It seems like if you were to overlap the two, because it's getting crazier and crazier and crazier. And is it just is it overlapped with technology? Has life always been this crazy and now we just have access to it? Like the world might have been this fucking insane for all of human history, but you just never met more than like 30 people in your life. You know?
True, true. I think maybe it's Elon Musk's fault because
I think we
he
should
bought
blame
over
him.
Twitter. Because he bought Twitter, and as a result, no, we really have no real, or at least no, a majority of it is not controlled speech. Like we really see free speech and free expression on X or Twitter, which and I think never in human history that everybody actually have a voice. So now you like I watch the American politics, it gets insane because like everybody is saying things, and sometimes they are total opposites all at the same time. And because they talk every single day, that's how the news cycle get crazier and crazier, faster and faster. And then after a while, nobody can keep up with what the hell is happening. Like, is the economy really good or bad? Is the oil price really high or low? It's like it's insane. And then not to mention the United States is a huge place. So you can have one place with the the petrol price at only like $1 plus per gallon, and then you have like in California $6 plus per gallon. It's like then people will be arguing like both are true at the same time. But no, like people cannot keep up. Like this is overwhelming. That there's just way too much information. It like everybody is just going crazy. So this is something that I that I've noticed. Like I think it's the X. I think Twitter brought about it. Like there's no way to spin a narrative anymore. The governments, the media, no one can spin the narrative. Like you can see New York Times try, CNBC try. Immediately it got debunked within hours. In fact, within minutes. You can have directly, like they make up shit about Elon Musk or make up shit about certain politicians. Immediately within half an hour, you have the actual person coming out and debunk the story. Never ever happened before. There's no such thing ever happened before that debunking is so quickly. People can fight back and push back so quickly. And then people then it becomes like a competition of who actually get to hear or see the information first, because you get the imprint, right? So everything comes after you feel like it's more suspicious.
Mm.
Like for example, you first read like Trump is gay, then after that, then the Trump debunking comes. Then Trump is not gay. No, that is fake news. Then after that, it's like, but you already imprinted, no, Trump is gay. So now you have to question the debunking. So now it's become this kind of competition, in real life where like it's about who have the bigger reach and to influence the population. But this is also quite insane because that makes everybody crazy. Like the polarization is insane, and I think the only way to save yourself is don't come on the internet.
Well,
Then life will be simple.
have you ever seen that meme where it's like if you just turn your phone off and go outside, it's actually 2007. Turn
Yeah,
off
yeah, yeah,
your phone for a fucking weekend, man. Very quickly, you just like, yeah, it's kind of, you just look outside, you're like, it's like a bird flying by.
yeah.
See a dude on the sidewalk. You're like, wait, what is it? It does kind of seem like, I don't know. It's I think Terrence McKenna. He died in 2000. He was mushroom head, just crazy dude. All these crazy quotes, but he talks about he goes, it's not, he goes, in the grand scheme of like organic life on Earth, what we're living in is the last blink of an eye. And he goes, it's a 25,000 year dash from the trees to the starship. So think what, 10,000 years ago, agricultural revolution. So yeah, give or take 25 over the course of 2.5 billion years. It's what one thousandth would be 25 million times 10 would be one ten thousandths, one hundred thousandths of the time of organic life on Earth, 2.5 billion years. That last, one hundred thousandths is the sprint. And to us, it seems like forever. 25,000 years ago is, that's five times, four times as far back as the pyramids. But in the eyes of geologic time, it's like that. And he goes, it's a 25,000 year sprint from the trees to the starship. And he has another quote that goes, and at the very end, he goes, it's not a peaceful evacuation. It's not an orderly, nobody panic. He goes, by the end, things are chaotic and insane to the point where the only logical thing to do is to leave the planet. And it does kind of like, I have three brothers. Like, yeah, by the time you're all 18, yeah, it's chaotic. Like, you need to get the fuck out, right? You're not supposed to stay there. You're not supposed to be, when you're a kid, it's y'all
I'm
fall in
I'm, I'm
line.
Asian. I don't understand. We
Whatever.
Asians stay with the parents.
Sure, fair enough. It's probably better because America's so fucking crazy. But it does kind of seem like, I don't know, it's like the water's boiling. It's yeah, like there's two outcomes. We're either going to nuke each other or you got to get off the planet. There has to be a planet China or a planet America or whatever, a planet ideology this, ideology that. This is sort of like the mother bird like pushing the chicks out of the nest. It's like get the fuck out. This might be the natural, because why else would you change? Some people have, they're self-disciplined. But even for me, like the thing that pushes the podcast most is that I'm very barely ever like paying all my bills. and that's what pushes me. I'm like, I can't just. It's so much easier to just have on like just some random like, hey, will you come on the show? When I'm like, okay, fuck, I need to get this many views. I need to do this many shows. It pushes me to be like, okay, what is the most engaging thing? Who's the biggest guest I can get? How can I do this without doing clickbait? How can I do this without being a shitty like blah 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 blah? How do you, it pushes you forward? Because otherwise, if I had enough money, if I had $10 million in the bank, I'd probably do like two podcasts a week and just take it easy. The thing that pushes it and the thing that in many ways keeps it alive is that selection pressure to change. This might be we might
Well,
be at like the puberty level of like mankind and technology. We're just in this weird,
puberty.
yeah, yeah. It's this
I don't
weird
know.
thing that nothing makes sense. We all have nukes and cell phones and Uber Eats and drones and satellites and fucking flat screen TVs and sneakers from
But
China.
but but you see, right? So what just now when we talk about the acceleration of things, right? That it reminds me of my experience of playing Civilization. Do you play Civilization before?
No, but I should.
So yeah. So Civilization is a game where it's a turn-based game.
Yeah.
Uh, where you basically build from caveman, Stone Age, all the way to nuclear age and beyond. The And then in one of the older versions, uh, there is this uh, you can choose the different leaders and you have Gandhi. So there's a code glitch which
Yeah,
make the
where he goes.
peaceful Gandhi become atomic Gandhi, nuclear Gandhi. But the thing is that when you talk about how things move faster and faster through the generations, like in the past, the grandfather do farms, the son will do farm, you will do farm, your son will do farm, and everybody in the 10th generation will still be on the same freaking patch of land. This no longer happen, right? Now things move faster and faster. The technology moved so fast that we went from the technological revolution or change comes once, like a few generations, then after that, one generation. Now we're talking about like years, like decade previously. Now is every year things is moving. Like so like 10 years ago, my phone is still horrible. Then now we have flip phones, we have folding phones. I don't know what the hell we will have next time. We use like in the past we talked with someone who is in the United States. We managed to uh use MSN or ICQ, then we use this online walkie-talkie app. Then was like, we are so excited we can still talk to each other in voice rather than call. Now it's just a norm. You see, we are just talking directly. It's like, and this within 20 years. So the things move faster and faster and faster. And this experience, I have it in the Civilization game, where technology get very fast. It takes a long time when you go from the cave age, to
Hmm.
the bronze, and then all these things, and then
Yeah.
finally you get tanks. The problem is from the moment I get tanks to I get fucking nuked. That
It's
doesn't
like,
take very long.
yeah.
It's very fast. It's like I was very excited. Yes, I finally get tanks. I got to roll over because I was quite an asshole. I just conquer and destroy people's city. And then it's like then I made the whole freaking world allied against me. And then they started to share technology because I was the most technological advanced. They started to share technology, and then they all get very more advanced than me. Then after that, the and this change is so quick. It felt like you get an anxiety panic kind of feeling. Like things is moving so fast, you can't keep up. And you don't even know what the hell is happening. So suddenly this country have a tank. Well, this country have a more advanced tank. Then this country
Mm.
have this. Then before you know it, there's a big explosion and it's like a nuclear bomb hit my city. It was like then Gandhi came out and tell you that no, if you don't give up this city, I will nuke you. Or you don't give or tell me to do something. I said, okay, I do it. Because I do have nuked. I cannot counter him. Then after that, he nuked me anyway. So it's like, then yeah, fuck it, I started to use cheat codes. But
Yeah.
the thing is that the experience, I'm not sure how many people actually experienced that before. There is the old civilization, like two or three, where this pace, like like maybe it's really go into a singularity. Like things is like moving so fast, and before you know it, it does not matter anymore. Like it's no longer meant for you to understand. And I think we are reaching there with all this AI technology developments. It's like you can if you look at some of these, the futurists of visionscaping, what's to come with the AI, the it's scary shit. Like we are talking about like how United States is going to federalize and centralize the AI developments so that they can compete with China, and then they both will have no AGI, within a year or two, and then they'll compete with each other. The American one will be more advanced a bit, and
Yeah,
then but then they
the
will still fight
AI
each other. Then after
AI
the AI will start to
2027.
turn against the humans
Yeah.
on their own. Then the researchers will discover it. They try to patch it, and then it's like then the AIs will collaborate. The Chinese and the American AI will actually collaborate secretly behind the scene.
Uh-huh.
But the thing is, when I first heard that, that was like only a year ago,
Yeah, AI
or maybe half a
2027.
year ago.
That YouTube video.
But the thing is, it's here now.
Yeah.
Trump just announced that they're going to
Yeah, Genesis
federalize the AI,
project.
right? And they're going to
It's probably already happening,
it's
man.
happening.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if this is going to play out, we're going to see it happen in our lifetime within the next 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
We'll either die in World War III or we're going to like, we'll go into a Star Trek
Yeah.
universe.
No, in like the next 5 years.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah. I
it's,
think
it's,
keep going.
I don't even know what to think. Like, I reached a point where like, but the thing is, the funny thing is, when I share this with my wife or my family, or they don't get it because they're still living in 2007, as you
It
say, no, in their
it's
world, they are not on the internet. It's like life goes on, man. What are you talking about?
that might be the move. I mean, I remember, and this is gonna make me sound like a douchebag. I don't mean it to, but I remember when I read The Singularity is Near in 2008, uh, I'd gotten arrested for underage drinking and I had to do community service. So I was doing community service at a firehouse, but they would just keep leaving, so I wouldn't do anything. So I just sat there and read the book. And I remember reading that, and it was like Ray Kurzweil, I thought it was going to happen around 2020, but it seemed closer to 2030. But I remember, dude, I went to college the next year, 2009, and all I ever thought about was that book. And I would talk, well, I'd get like drunk as fuck at the bars with my friend. You know, everyone's trying to talk to girls, and I'd be like, "No, you guys don't understand. Like, there's gonna be nanobots, and like, I'm like, it's gonna accelerate." So I was like, in the last 5 years of 2020, it's gonna more things are gonna happen in those 5 years than the last 500 years. And guys would be like, "What the fuck are you talking?" And rightfully so. I sounded insane, but it is like,
Yeah,
it's it is. AI 2027. It's you have to. But here's the other thing though is if you don't federalize it, the person that wins is just going to demolish it. So you're fucked no matter what. You have to
yes,
consolidate.
you have no choice.
You have to. Well, it's what Truman
That's
said.
exactly what happened to Elon Musk, right? No, Elon Musk actually did not want to go into AI in the direct way. No, he just wants it to be a altruistic thing. But then he got forced into it, and he says that, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go into it." Like there's no choice because it's either he go into it
Or you
and try to
lose.
guide human race away from World War III, or we'll be in World War III. So so
It,
he basically started XAI because like he's being forced into it, and now we can see it. He now is growth at all costs. ChatGPT is going like ham on that. XAI is doing the same thing now. Grok
Colossus. Yeah.
is an insane AI. Grok Imagine is literally a pawn generation tool. So it's like all out growth, all out development, and we do not know where is the endpoint. It's quite insane.
It. So the reason I'm like somewhat optimistic on that is there's a great book called Space Barons by Christian Davenport, and it's about Musk and Bezos, and it starts in like the early 2000s with Musk. And his foresight was pretty incredible. I mean, we kind of knew the space shuttle was going to be retired, but he was talking about self-landing rockets and how it was going to take like 2 decades, and he did it. And then I also think about how when I first heard Musk, I think it was 2016 or 17 on Rogan, and all he did was talk about AI. And everyone kind of knew AI was, but that was a ways off. He seemed to see what we're in now pretty clearly then. So my optimism comes from he's got pretty good foresight. And what he said in that interview was, you merge with it, right? You try to guide it. I don't think that what we're seeing now is necessarily him giving that up. I think that they're probably, if we know if Neuralink is anywhere near as good as it's said to be, I think that's what XAI might be, is his attempt to
Yes.
merge with it. And we won't know. Obviously, it would be super classified, but I think that's probably because he stated
Yeah.
over the last decade that's his goal.
Be-
That's probably what
Yeah.
XAI is.
Because that's the only way you can fight AI, right? No,
It's the
because
only way. It's the only
human
way.
brain is just no, you cannot compete with AI in terms of speed. The only way is that you become a cyborg
Yeah.
and have computers to speed up you to become like an enhancer. So, and I personally agree that that's the only way. Like, if not, there is no way you can keep up. No, especially now you feel like robotics and bots and drones and whatnot. Warfare is going to change within 5 years to the point where the most powerful country will be the one that can be mass produce combat bots.
Yeah.
And combat bots will outperform a human soldier. So then you need to have enhanced soldier, right? Or you have to have a mech suit, no armored suit, mobile suit. If not, there's no way you can fight
Or I mean, how
bots.
some of the guys I interview, Delta Force guys, how quickly until you just scan their brain and then copy paste and make 1,000 Delta Force guys that never sleep, or 1,000,000, and they don't need food, they don't need water.
You,
Why can't you put them in orbit, deploy them from orbit in 30 seconds? It's and then why even be a robot? Why be like a two-leg, two-arm robot? Is that the most efficient form? That's our form.
yeah.
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's some weird spider. Maybe it's a combination of them. And then what after about
Yeah,
robot? Well,
you
then
could be a crab. Crab
or
is always the
anything.
ultimate form, right?
Yeah. Or there is no set form. It's an
Octopus.
amalgam. It's just well, it's the nanobots. It's blobs that become the form they need to be. I don't think that there is a way around it. Because it makes me think of the atomic bomb. Everyone knows the story. A little less well known is the hydrogen bomb, which it doesn't really get its credit. It's 1,000 times stronger. And I always tell people this to look at atomic bomb videos from the 40s and 50s. They're all out in the desert. You can see mountains around them. There's a sense of scale. If you ever watch a hydrogen bomb video, you'll notice that they're all in the ocean and you don't get a sense of scale because you can't. They are so large. It just kind of looks like a vague horizon. It's like, yeah, because the mushroom cloud is legitimately 80 miles tall. So when the scientists that were on the Manhattan Project went to Truman's office in like 1950 and proposed the hydrogen bomb, which they knew the hydrogen bomb was possible back in 45. When they actually started to put it together and when we think we can do this, there was only a 7 minute meeting. It was like Enrico Fermi, I think Oppenheimer, whoever, and they all went in to talk to Truman. They said it's going to be 1,000 times stronger. And Truman only had one question is, can the Soviets do it? And they said, we think they're about 4 years off. We're about 2 years off. And he said, well,
Yeah, we have to do it, right?
then we have to do it.
Yep.
And looking back, it actually kind of was the right move, which sounds insane, but it was the
Yeah.
right move. That's probably where we are now, where it's like if you build a hydrogen bomb, it's 1,000 times stronger. It's like, yeah, but if we have one and they have one, it might offset each other. And it worked.
Exactly.
We're in a
Exactly.
shit spot right now, man. And I think it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. It's exactly the same thing. Yep. So
Yeah.
so so that's the reason why also, uh like as Singaporean, right? Singapore is a Western aligned country. Basically, we're almost like a Western country with Asian people. So and my audience are all in the West, most are all Europeans and Americans. And however, also because as a neutral channel, uh I have more pro-Russian supporters because the pro-Ukrainians will watch pro-Ukrainian channels. So and when you are pro-Russian, there's often the case where they are also anti-American when they are American. or anti-West when they're Europeans. And the and then you start to see them say a lot of very self-deprecating kind of things, or they wish their own country will fail. And this is very common for the British. The British just hates their government, they hate their history, or they hate everything. And then they don't even go to vote, and then they complain about shit. And then the thing is, people need, and then they want themselves to fail, but they want the enemies to win, be it China or Russia or whatnot. Then I think this is a bit wrong, because what they don't understand is that there is no alternative. It's either you support your own side right now, or we may not have a future.
Extermination. Yeah.
Put it that way. Yeah. Pe- People are seduced by, for example, the beautiful skyline in China, the LED lights. Always the LED
People that
lights.
get won over by that
No,
are retarded.
it's just LED lights.
It's
Everybody can buy
lights.
LED lights. Like, I mean, if you have deco your room, right? Your own room, you on and off the LED lights in your room makes all the difference, right? So
Oh yeah.
it's just LED lights, and it's fucking cheap. So, and it's made in China. Don't worry, it's fucking cheap. You can still support China by buying the LED lights. The So don't get seduced by that. We have to first put ourselves in our real own shoes. Where are we? What are we doing? What is the privileges that we have as Western aligned countries? No, we have real freedom, like real freedom for most cases. It, no, going all out supporting Russia or supporting China is wrong, especially China. China is a communist country. Like recently, uh, Hassan Piker, go to China and he
Yeah.
try to suck up to them. He don't understand what the fuck is happening, and then no, and then he go to the streamers award. He wear the China shirt. Then after that, I think I saw the latest video making fun of him. He was trying to stream on Bilibili, which is like the YouTube of China, and then immediately his stream got taken off. And he don't even and he don't even admit that it's censorship. The thing is, this kind of people is insane. Like, you really actually have no choice. There is no other place for you. There is no better place than United States. Maybe Singapore, or no, maybe Switzerland, but no, Switzerland and Singapore depends on United States.
Yeah.
For technology, like everything I use is American, like computers, Windows, Google, everything is American. We are dependent on America. Even China depends on America. People are like, they don't understand everything, all the high technologies, everything actually is still American. Almost everything. So people need to have some sense of reality that no, you don't want United States to fail. This is not. See what happened to the European world. When Roman Empire fell, the civilization went back like a few hundred years until the Renaissance. Like, the Europeans went from able to do aqueducts. They can do fountains, water just come out from the fountain, right? Without modern plumbing, they can build roads that last 1,000 years. To they don't even know what the fuck they're doing, and then they just walking in muds, and then go on the crusade. It's like,
Yeah.
and then listen to these clerics and priests that talk shit to you, and then on hindsight they call it the Dark Ages, when it's the most Christian time, but it's the Dark Ages. So
Yeah.
we people need to understand, we don't want to see a Roman Empire collapse again. If if the enemies of the United States succeeds, like for example China or Russia, we are not going to have like the continued luxury of or life of the quality of life, the comfort of life that we have today. We won't have that. People don't understand the risks that we are playing. And Europe has fallen, which is why Trump is going to cut them off. No, Trump is not, he's going to cut the Europeans off. Like, it's because they are hopeless now. France, Germany, Spain, UK is becoming useless, like hopeless now. Italy, there's a bit of hope. Hungary is okay, Poland is okay, but but the rest of Western Europe is crazy, is shit. They're hopeless, and you cannot trust China to lead the world. And Russia don't want to lead the world. The truth is Russia don't want to lead the world, and China wants it, but no. If China does it, that would be like the foreign power that actually conquers Rome and cause the collapse of the Roman Empire. And yeah, whatever that people think is the norm when Roman Empire is still strong, with all the bath, the Colosseum, the libraries, all were gone. They were all gone after the fall of the Roman Empire. Then it's all shit life for the next 1,000 years. It's just shit life. And it is dangerous that we might have that again. So and it's very sad because I'm halfway around the world. It's really out of my hands. And then you can see like total collapse happening in the West. We have the MAGA movement, which is like some bright lights, but then now it's getting all collapse again because of Charlie Kirk's death. Like the whole right wing has went into chaos, and it might to the non-initiated, it seems like just American politics. But the thing is, American politics affects the whole world, and I'm just concerned. I'm just very worried. Like, if United States lose its leadership role and lose its direction, the whole world will go to hell with it. Like,
No, I think it's a very valid fear. It's based on history. This isn't like a wild, theory. This is based on history. And the thing is that there's no do-over. There's no, I can go into a podcast and try it one way and it fucks up and I go, okay, maybe I shouldn't do that next time. Whatever it is. This
yeah,
isn't that. This is and not even a do-over on a generational level where you, all right, well, this isn't true, but like, all right, my dad was a deadbeat and I'm gonna be a better dad. That's on a longer scale, but still doable. Something like this is not something where you can go, oh, we let it collapse, we got to rebuild it. Like, no, there is a long road of hundreds of generations, and you might not even get it back. And that's
yeah,
what I mean. And I always, every chance I can, I always, yes, America, for all of its flaws, of course, it has a zillion of them. It's a resource-rich place surrounded by oceans, and there is a constitution that it's not perfect, but it's better than other shit. And yes, are we a world power? Are we an empire? Yes, but as far as empires and world police goes, it's kind of the least shitty one. It's not perfect at all,
yeah,
but in comparison to other empires, it's pretty good, and it has to be preserved. And so what it ultimately comes down to is the people that don't like him, they're never going to be convinced. They're only going to be convinced after it's been demolished and collapsed. They go,
it's too
that,
late. Like,
and by then it
when
won't matter.
when the food, when the groceries stops getting delivered, to the city,
Yeah,
and where are you gonna get food?
yeah. What's
When the electricity goes out,
the
there's no
Yuri
more water supply.
the Yuri Bezmenov quote, right?
Where do you get water?
They won't understand until the boot kicks their ass and then the gates close behind them and they're in the concentration camp. You won't understand until then. And so what it comes down to
Yeah,
is, and I think that's what, you know, MAGA for its, and I'm a conservative guy, for its, optimism or whatever. It's not perfect, but it's at its most boiled down imperfect form. It is this idea that no, you're not going to convince them that it's worth saving while it's still here. They're going to hate you regardless.
yeah. Unfortunately, that's
And
always the case, right? No, until you lose it, then you will start to treasure it.
but then there's no,
The,
what are you going to do when it's collapsed? Do I go, I told you so? No, there's no,
it's gone.
yeah, we're starving to death. I'm not going to say I
Just
told you
a
so.
good example is just look at Libya. Just look at Libya.
Yeah.
No, they were the most advanced country in
And
Africa.
yeah.
Then after that, the freaking NATO bombed it.
Yeah.
Then look at what's their situation right now. No, they are a good example of what happens when the civilization collapses. They're never ever gonna get back to where they were
They're
ever.
they're
They don't understand that. No, yes, you may hate Gaddafi. Yes, he's a dictator. Yes, he's an ass. He might be an asshole. You might be jealous about all the 12 female beautiful bodyguards, but everybody get free education. Everybody have high quality of life. Like
let's take an
they,
even darker
now it's
example.
gone.
Let's take an even darker example. Saddam. Saddam was not a good dude. His sons, well, I forget his son's name, Usay and Uday, I think. They were fucking evil, man. They would go to weddings. They would find weddings that were occurring. They would barge in with armed guards and rape the wife and kill the evil fucking people.
Holy shit.
Like as dark as you get. Would feed women and children to lions. Like horrible shit. If you look at what happened after what we did in Iraq, yes, but if you look at the death and destruction that came from no power, it's a lot worse. And that's a tough pill to swallow to say. So keep Saddam in charge. If your options are have this evil dictator and, whatever, 1% of the population dies in brutal deaths every year versus have no dictator and half the population, hey man, it's the first, which sucks. It sucks. But if you're looking at that, it's a shitty answer to a shitty question. But that's what life is at the global scale, over the millennial scale of things like dark ages and empires. Is you don't get this clean cut answer of I want that burger, but I want it cooked this way. You don't get that. You get a shitty answer and a really shitty answer. You have to take the shitty answer, man.
But why I see Libya is unique because
That's a
Libya
great
totally have
example.
no help.
Yeah.
They have no help. Like Iraq, all the way they still have American help up to today. They still have American
Yeah.
help. They still this attempt and to try to help to build that democratic government. There is this attempt, even though it's very half-fucked. No, but no,
Yeah.
the Americans are all the way there. So and they have the bases there, the military there, and they'll help to fight the militants or rebels or whatnot. Libya is a totally different situation where it's just total collapse and the country just split into two and it's total chaos and total anarchy. This is what I think will happen to the United States if United States collapse. Where no, for let's say no, there happen to be a war or civil war or whatnot, then it fractures. The whole economy collapsed. US dollar got de-dollarized. The world de-dollarized, and then everything goes chaos. That's going to be Libya, this situation, because no one is going to parachute in to save United States.
Yeah.
That's the fear.
Yeah.
And then if you look at how much things that we are depending on United States today, almost every single technology that we're using today is American. Imagine there's no Windows, there's no Google, then all your Gmail is gone. Then maybe because they fight, right? The war, right? The bombs they just decided to target all of Google server and
All data
all your
centers.
emails are gone. Oh, then no, all the subscription that you had, no, like for example, no, I may be half a world away, but I depend on Adobe
Sure.
Creative Suite to
Yeah.
do my design work.
Yeah.
There goes my Photoshop.
Yeah.
I have no more Photoshop to use.
Yeah.
How the fuck am I gonna survive? And then
Yeah.
if the internet is fractured and there's no more Google, which means there's no more Google ads, and internet is fractured into pieces, people cannot surf internet properly, they cannot find the things they need. Internet business will all die, no more social media. Then who needs the designer? Then my job is gone as well. Then not to mention even YouTube, because there's no more YouTube. YouTube is belong to Google, it's gone. Like people don't understand. No, you don't want death to United States. No, the United States disappearing is gonna bring us back 200 years. Like Okay, 200 years maybe too much. 100 years. No, 100 years. We'll go back 100 years. And that's bad enough.
So we'll wrap up this podcast on kind of a positive note, and it's something a guy I've had on the show told me a couple months ago, and it actually changed my perspective on. I'm just an anxious dude. I just in my whatever to who I am, and it's helped me in a lot of ways. Helped me get into med school, helped me to, but it can also be turmoil. Um, and there's real anxieties. Hey, if you haven't paid your bills, if you haven't done whatever, you should be anxious. But
That's
then
my
there's
life.
yeah, right. But then there's the anxieties where it's like this isn't helping you. This is just torture. And this guy I had on the show, Nick Petruzzello, he said, for anxieties like that, what you have to ask yourself is, or tell yourself, is that you have equal evidence that today is going to be the best day of your life and that today is going to be horrible and anxious, meaning that you don't have evidence of either. So you can choose to think about anxiety, but if you have truly no evidence, I have no evidence that I'm not going to win the lottery today. That's a positive anxiety.
Yeah,
So
you should bet
yeah, you should bet
all
all
your
your
bank
money
account
now.
money into it,
Sponsored
man.
by whatever what's the steak, streak, slap, whatever the fuck that, whatever. My point is, so what we're talking about is like we're at this level of like we don't know the cascade of an American hegemony going down. We have no idea how quickly it will domino. The inverse is maybe we have no idea what silver lining exists around the corner from this pursuit of AI. And what I would say to the hesitant is there probably didn't seem like there's a lot of silver linings when Truman said, let's build the H bomb. But you can look at 1945 till now, still a lot of wars, nothing that brutal. And in a weird way, it kind of helped more than it didn't. We might be we don't know what good cascade can come from this. Just like we don't know what's you bomb a Google server, there goes Adobe, and then why does it have this now? Why it doesn't give you this information? Without this information, people don't aren't read up on subjects. If you can't get podcasts,
No,
then all you
no.
do here is the news, and then you're easily
I
propaganda.
disagree. I disagree.
Yeah,
The thing is because AI has no in nuclear power, no one can use it.
yeah.
It's a bit
And
like
I know it's a
the thing is
shitty.
AI, everybody can use it, right? No, we can create music, we can create art, poetry, help our work, write the articles for us, like,
But
cheat on your exams.
but
Say
but
it's
my
way more useful, a
but
lot of
my
silver lining.
my point is that just like hydrogen bombs, just like this, we're approaching this waterfall where we can't quite look over the edge. It might be good. And that's kind of how I look at it is it might be good.
Yeah, for me, it's simple.
History makes
If it's
sense in hind.
bad,
I was gonna say history makes sense in
no,
hindsight. You have to remember that there was no hindsight when Truman was like, "Let's make the H bomb." He might have been like, "I don't know, this might be the worst fucking thing ever." We're in 100 years, people will be like, "Well, it was very clear that they made AI, and then this happened, and then they went to Mars." We don't know that. We're sitting right here in the fog. We don't know if China and US AI are going to combine and kill us all within 3 months, or everything's normal in 20 years. We're at that waterfall, man. And it's like, so my point is like,
oh,
I don't know for sure it's going to be bad. So I also don't know for sure that it's going to be good. And that's, I don't know. I'm trying to look.
then I have a good advice for your viewers. If you guys have followed us in this conversation that goes all over the place, but you're now getting anxiety and worries because of you listen to us. Uh, I have an anecdote of my experience with COVID vaccine. No, when I'm getting when my government is forcing me to take the vaccine, I waited as long as I could. And then when 97% of the population in Singapore all took the vaccine, I decided to take it because if 97% of the people all die because of the vaccine, I don't think you want to live in the world that you are the only remaining 3%. So, if AI, just like the nuclear weapon is going to kill most of us, I mean, you might as well be the one that is also who died along with it,
Yeah, no,
because
I'm with you. I
you
don't,
don't want to live in that
no.
matrix world where you are the survivors.
Yeah.
It's not a
It,
good life.
You don't want to
You might as
survive a
well just
nuclear.
die, you know?
Yeah, you don't want to survive a nuclear war.
Yeah.
You want to be in Lower
Yeah.
Manhattan when the H bomb hits.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
don't want to be like living for the next 6 months with your face melting. Like,
yeah,
why?
yeah,
Or hunting for food and then you cannot find it and then you got killed by a mountain lion.
yeah,
Like just because you were trying to hunt for a stupid rabbit,
yeah,
which is radiated, by the way. So no, it doesn't matter. Like
yeah,
it comes, just embrace it. No, just die along with it. It's okay. No, don't worry about it. No, we are just worried because it's fun, But the reality is you still have to fucking pay your bills. So fucking
yeah,
go and work. No, stop
yeah,
watching. Come on.
yeah.
And press the like button before you go.
Yeah. Well, that's yeah, yeah. Press the like button, but yeah, that's kind of my view. Ultimately, it comes down. I mean, I'm religious. I believe in God, but even for those who don't, there is a certain solace in like, yeah, man, this stuff is happening at the highest level. This isn't even just like your local pol. Yeah, listen, if two superpowers are building AGI right now, that is so far out of your control, man. Enjoy Christmas.
Mm.
Like
Yeah, yeah.
enjoy,
Exactly.
like, hug your mom
And
and
if you're a God's person, if you're a believer, it's God's will.
yeah.
Everything is written, right?
Well, that's kind of how I view
So
it.
no, don't go against it. We are all
Uh,
supposed to die, due to AGI, Don't
yeah,
go
I don't.
against it
Hey, man,
if
you
it ever
die in an
happens.
AGI might be God's will because AGI might be
Yeah.
the Antichrist. God would be like, no, I'm doing you a favor. I killed you. I'm doing you a
Yeah.
favor.
It
Yeah.
is just the beginning of the stage to the Matrix movie. The
Yeah.
government will tell us to put on this helmet,
Yeah.
and then we will go to this alternate universe where you have 18 virgins waiting for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Or is it nine? Is it 18? Is it too
I have
many?
no fucking
Or is it
idea, dude.
19?
I don't know. It's all
Sorry,
blurry.
I'm sorry. I'm not into
Uh,
the la 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 kind of thing. So I'm sorry.
yeah. Well, on that note, we'll wrap this thing
All
up.
right.
Wyatt, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I will send you this when
Same
it's
to
up.
you. Merry
Upload it
Christmas.
right after this. I'll upload it to you and or send it to you. And yeah, man, thanks for coming on as always. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, Wyatt.
Thanks for inviting.
Yes,
Always
sir.
enjoys talking to you.
Absolutely. Guys, go
Bye,
follow
guys.
him on YouTube.
Yes.
He doesn't have enough subscribers. He needs more.
No, no, you guys must subscribe to the TPC, like to the Tommy's podcast, because finally he's back on YouTube.
This is the
So
sign of the end times.
yeah,
I'm back on
subscribe.
YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, subscribe and give him the money. Come on. He
Yeah.
need the
Do it.
YouTube
Give me
money.
money. Give me shekels. All right, Wyatt.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, brother. Take Hey guys, real quick, you guys know Basil Baz, ARC, the Association for the Recovery of Children. I just did a fundraiser with them the other day, and I'm going to put this on to every episode I do. They are special forces veterans who physically rescue trafficked children. They have since 1993. They have a 100% success rate. They do not take salaries. They all have day jobs, and they literally rescue sex trafficked children. Donations to them are a tax write-off. I get nothing from them, and they have not asked me to put this on. I've included this little clip on episodes for the last year or so, and I'm just re-recording it because I just got to meet him just 2 days ago for future. It's November 25th, 2025, but this will be on every episode now for the next year. And there is nothing better you can do with your money. Um, if you can support them for even $5, please do that. They truly are doing the Lord's work, and I think we all have an obligation to do that. Thank you so much.
Higher ultraviolet exposure is associated with lower mortality. The United Kingdom is a high latitude and low sunlight country. Researchers there collected data on over 360,000 participants in a study of UV exposure via solarium use. When compared with non-users, solarium users had 15% risk lowered of all-cause mortality, 23% lower risk of cardiovascular mortality, 14% lower risk of cancer mortality, and a 12% lower risk of non-cardiovascular, non-cancer mortality. In other words, all other causes. Quoting the researchers, our study adds to the growing evidence that the benefits of UV exposure outweigh the risks in low sunlight environments. A link to the original publication is available in the box below the video. Get some UV light this winter. Immerse yourself in the tranquility of the blue. Visit a Blue Room soon. www.blueroom.com.
Hey guys, a huge sponsor of the show is Heaven's Harvest Prepper Food. Clayton lives down in Georgia. He's been on the show before. It's actually nearby where I went to college. They are a huge sponsor of the show. They give me some money every month, even when I don't sell enough to warrant that paycheck. Meaning that the show is not free. It's just that it's free for you. If you guys need prepper food, or if you're just interested in supporting the show, I'd please ask you to go to the link in the description. Go to Heaven's Harvest Prepper Food, promo code TPC for 10% off. 72 servings per pail, 25-year shelf life. These things are, they double as dumbbells. Pasta Primavera, cheesy potato soup, mac and cheese, loaded baked potato casserole, chili mac, cheddar broccoli soup, cheesy lasagna, teriyaki rice. You can get banana chips. There's also raspberries, strawberries, and apples. There's a bunch of freeze-dried fruit, or you can even get seeds to plant your own garden. It's not a bad thing to have. It's like gold or ammunition. It's a good thing to have. It's a bad thing if you have to use it, but it's good. It's good to have it, not need it, than need it, not have it. So that's what I'd say. And if you just want to support the show, please go to the link in the description. Please go support them because they support me. Thank you so much, guys.